Well. Oh, he was level 48, not 46. I'm so screwed. Anyway, the reveal of Mumkhar's metal face, I think is like one of the best reveals in the game. Like, it's so good. Like, it's hinted at so many times in the game, like, so subtly. It's... Oh, I guess we're all missing now. Like... I just love it so much, and it's also the reason why Metal Face doesn't talk during the Colony 9 attack, because the Colony 9 attack is like maybe a couple hours in the game after the Battle at Sword Valley kind of prologue, and you see Mumkhar seemingly dying during that. So if Metal Face talks during the Colony 9 attack, the player would most likely recognize the voice as Mumkhar's. So he doesn't talk during the Colony 9 attack, so that you don't recognize the voice, and by the time you run into him as Metal Face, you just think like Metal Face. You don't think Mumkhar or somebody that you've run into before. The thought doesn't occur to you that maybe you could have seen this guy somewhere before. It's so brilliant, man. I find. Do all the things. I think we're screwed for this fight. I think I didn't level up enough. And we're like pushing him against the wall. Look at this. Look at this. He's like right against the wall. Oh my goodness. I really wish you would have taken aggro sooner, Dunban. That would have been nice. That would have been really nice. Yeah, I'm so screwed for this battle. I'm not high enough level. But I'm so screwed. Build up my Monado arts here. Man, oh man. All RLR attacks keep missing. I'm too low of level. Oh, that's the wrong attack. But yeah, you're private uploading your videos to YouTube right now. What, just to have them on like archive for yourself? If you're uploading them under private? Yeah, I'm screwed for this. Yeah. Yeah, he's level 48. I should be at least level 45 then. I think that's what I was before. Yeah, there's definitely a level jump there. For sure. Is this really the last landmark that that sucks, doesn't it? But yeah, maybe you'll edit the 100-hour playthrough later. Just, if there's no editing required, like is the case for most of the stuff that I do, for example, just cut them into parts with like the Twitch highlighter. And then stuff like that. Like, I usually end parts on like loading screens. Persona 5 is a lot. Well, so is 2 70-hour JRPGs, as well as one that's like half that length in the that's Xenoblade Chronicles Torna, which I'm doing as YouTube only, which I have almost all of recorded now, but I'll only be like uploading it in order that it like complements the story of Xenoblade 2 the best, without like spoiling anything as well. So the first part of Torna will be uploaded in chapter 5, I believe, of this series, and we're in chapter 4 right now, and we're almost at the end of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 here, what I've allocated for chapter 4, since that's, you know, this here. Also, speaking of editing for, like, it being the best kind of story experience, I wonder if I should edit out, like, the failed Mumkhar attempt here, and only edit in like the successful one, and then I can have this as like a 0.1 kind of part that signifies it's not important to the story, so that it's like an optional to see kind of thing. So it's like, if you just want to see the story, then may as well skip this because it's me just grinding. Because if I was a viewer watching something, I wouldn't want to watch the freaking person playing the game go here and like grind to get up to level 45 for a little bit. I just want to find out what happens next in the story, especially after that reveal that Mumkhar is Metal Face. So, you know, maybe I'll... Oh, dang it, they both got aggroed. So maybe I will do some editing for this after all and, like, do that then. For, like, a more seamless kind of thing. But yeah. But yeah, you're aware you've played Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Yeah. After taking an editing class, you don't want to upload unedited content that may not be interesting because you know there's a lot of empty parts. Yeah, luckily for story-based games like this, I know that there's, like, not a whole lot of empty parts. Like, the emptiest parts would just be parts where I'm grinding, but I make sure to keep that separate from, like, the story parts. Like, the streams that I do will typically either be grinding and doing a side quest or story stuff. And when I upload the grinding stuff, I upload it as like a 0.1 part. So like story stuff would be part like, for example, part 5, part 6, part 7. But then if I did a grinding stream from there, it'd be part 7.1, which would signify that, hey, if you just want to see the story and don't want to see me mucking around and doing side quests for like 5 hours, because who wants to see that unless you just want something to listen to in the background or something like that while you work, then just skip the part and you can just continue the story. That's what I do. That's what I do there. To make it for like as seamless as an experience as the viewer wants if they're watching it on YouTube. And that's where it's like immortalized, so may as well strive for making the stuff there the best. So that's what I'll probably do for this, is I'll probably do some editing on this part after all, since I wasn't ready for that boss. And after like the scene starts there, just edit in a successful attempt of that boss, and then have this as like a 0.1 part of like, hey, by the way, I had to grind for that boss.
Everyone, let's go!
Turns out, you know, because who the heck wants to be seeing this for a while? Like, I wouldn't want to. If I find out that Metal Face is Mumkhar, I want to find out what happens next right away. I'm not gonna sit around for like 2 levels of grinding. Sounds terrible. So yeah, I do 0.1 parts. So when I'm streaming Xenoblade Chronicles here, I'll try to focus either completely on story stuff for a stream or completely on side quest stuff for a stream. And on those streams, I'll just do like a few hours of side questing, just like chill and talk with Chad, and then I'll upload it as a 0.1 part kind of thing. Well, Charlotte didn't die, I guess. But yeah, you do an update on what you've done and what's changed about your kit before you continue the main story. What do you mean? Oh, you just mean like edit in like, oh, here's what I did? Because I mean, if I get to level 45 and then try the boss again, I can just say, hey, I grinded a little bit. I'm level 45 now. Like, I wouldn't go through like gear and stuff like that if I changed that, because like, who cares? But I would mention like, hey, by the way, this is attempt number 2 that I edited in. We got to level 45 because we were too under-leveled. And I just say that instead of making like an editor's note. And when we get there, I can just say that, I guess.
Cool.
You knew.
Let's keep this up.
Because we're also getting some gear here. I can always put that on. You knew. There's gotta be some more big dudes over here, right? Can I fight you? Yeah, there is a couple more big dudes over there. But yeah, so I do that for like all the playthroughs that I do pretty much. Like there's some games that is only story stuff that I can just go right through without grinding. Like Mario and Luigi Bowser Inside Story, for example. You don't have to do any grinding in that game. You just go right through everything. So there's no 0.1 parts for series like that. But for plenty of other series, I have like so many 0.1 parts. Like the Octopath Traveler series, for example. The number of like whole number parts is like 50, so like the finale episode is like episode 50 of that, like such a perfect number for that.
Let's press on.
But the actual number of parts in the series is like 70. Because there's like 20.1 parts of me like either going from point A to point B to continue the story, or like me going and doing like other stuff, I guess. You know? It's kind of what happens.
All right, do it.
Sure, let's go ahead and do the chain attack then.
Here we go.
Yeah, maybe I should. I was thinking about potentially doing a side questing stream before doing the Valak Mountain boss. But, you know, whatever. If I manage to get to level 45, I could potentially even do it tonight. Beat the boss. And then Chapter 4 will be wrapped up for this, and then I can do Chapter 4 for Xenoblade 2, and then I have a whole bunch more Xenoblade content done, and I really want to push through the series. Both to start other things, and 2, because I don't want to like leave too much of a cliffhanger and like too much time between streams of this, considering how like story intensive this is and stuff. And And this is also like the biggest stream project I've ever done.
More enemies.
Doing
Let's focus
doing
on
all
this.
3 of these games in like an intertwined way that they all progress together. Well, they don't all progress together. Torna is the one exception. Torna is put in a way that it complements Xenoblade 2, rather than it progresses with it.
Pull yourself together. Worldly.
But 1 and 2 progress together the best that they can. And it's like a project that I'm super proud of and stuff. So it's like, yeah, I want to do the best that I can on this. I want to get it flushed out. I want to be able to look at the finished product and be like, wow, isn't that cool? Might be the coolest series I might ever do, probably. Honestly. But with having all these stories intertwined like this. And how much planning I had to do to... Like, I remember working so long on like this kind of spreadsheet for like what order to do what in so that the stories would progress together without like spoiling anything for the other ones, stuff like that. I put so much work into planning it out. So the sheer amount of off-stream work for this series alone is insane, and I can't wait to see how this pans out. That's rude, isn't it? Come on, this dude's almost done. Pick me up. Pick me up. Pick me up. What are you doing? Thanks, Dunban. You sure were a big help there, weren't you? You sure were a big help there, weren't you? What a nice party member reviving the teammates, huh? What a nice dude, let me tell you. Dunban, you're off the team. You're off the team, man. Nah, you're still on the team. I need somebody as a tank, and I prefer you over Ryan. You're a dodge tank. Rain's just a normal tank. There's also Ricky, but like, Ricky's weird. I don't know how to properly use him. I understand how Dunban and Charlotte are properly used. I don't know about the other characters. I'm too used to these guys. But it's rain time! And you spell that like it's time to reign over the people. Instead of Ryan time. Yes, dude, those. Look at these freaking short jumps. Look at him go. Look at him go. Oh my goodness, that jump. You know how to spell his name? It's R-E-Y-N. It's spelled a cool way. It's a pretty neato spelling, let me tell you. Come here, big burb. Ruin?
Thank you, Dunban.
Yes. You got it. Perfect, man. Perfect. That is not the way that I said. I'm pretty sure you're memeing with me right now. But just in case you aren't, R-E-Y-N. Not R-U-I-N. I'm pretty sure you're memeing with me here, aren't you? Actually, I didn't hear it properly. Ruin. That's just literally the word ruin. Yeah, Ryan. Exactly that.
How good are we?
Exactly that. Man, oh man. Anyway, you know that's why you were confused. Man, oh man.
I was born ready.
Anyway, different subject than like this project. I've pretty much talked about everything I can right now for working on this project.
Okay.
Forget this in 4 minutes or so. Alrighty. So because I've discussed about all there can be discussed about this project, I guess. So about that Fire Emblem 3 Houses. That's looking pretty darn cool. I really like how the... What the? What? Oh. Okay, game. I really like how the progression of it looks. I really like the customizability of all the units. Like, in previous games, it's very much like... each character should fall into, like, this range of classes. And... in the new game, it looks like you can make people pretty much whatever. Like, they'll have their skills that they excel at. And, of course, it'd be easiest to put them in what they excel at. But if you give them enough training, you can put them into, like, everything.
Everyone,
and it's, like, so open for, like, making your units whatever you want. And I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to Fire Emblem units. I always play on the hardest difficulty, and I always strive to make all my units as perfect as possible. And let me tell you, doing that in Fire Emblem Echoes that had like the 2% resistance growth rate perfected my units, and that was the most stressful of them all. Even with the DLC item Star Jacinth that increased the like level up chance of every stat by 30%, only increase it by 5% for resistance. So I'd be like resetting for forever to get like that 7% resistance growth rate, so I'd have like max stats by the time you reach max level, because you can't reach max stats in that game otherwise. Anyway, point is, I strive for perfection in Fire Emblem games. Echoes was terrible for striving for perfection, but it might be my favorite Fire Emblem game so far. Despite that, ignoring that fact, it has my favorite story, it has awesome voice acting. Well, maybe it doesn't have my favorite story, maybe that's Awakening, but the voice acting is incredible, I love it so much. And yeah, so because I like to perfect all my units, the amount of customizability in this new game is gonna be freaking incredible for people like me. That was a waste of an attack. But yeah, it seems interesting, but no waifus are looking interesting to me. Imagine if they make a multiplayer, that'd be really cool. They kind of did that with Fates, where you could play against other players taking turns like that. But nobody ever really used it that much. Not much of a perfectionist, but you're more about that when it comes to pairings and canon. When it comes to pairings and me in like Fates and Awakening, I'm about doing what's strongest. I'm one of those people that'll make like an Excel spreadsheet on their phone and like compare stats and see who's best with who to make like the most broken builds. I'm that kind of person. I have Excel spreadsheets on my phone, like mostly for Fates because it's a lot crazier than Awakening. I can load up my Excel spreadsheets. I'm pretty sure I even have like portraits of all the characters next to them because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my spreadsheets. Like Fates came out when I was still in high school, so like in between classes of high school or when I had free time in class, I'd freaking work on my Fates spreadsheet, and I had like a different one for all 3 of the games in Fates. You really want it to make sense? I really want everything to be perfect. I probably still have them on my phone. I probably still do. You want to see my freaking... Take it. Come on, take it. Take it. There we go. Jeez, I probably still have them on my phone. Hold on. Where's my Excel app? I have this around somewhere. Like, I never did the Fire Emblem Awakening one all that much. But the... Did I have portraits here? No? Maybe not in this one? Did I not have portraits in this one? Or I guess this stuff was transferred from my old phone, so I probably don't have the images saved. But... Oh, this is my freaking blank one. Maybe that's why. That's a blank one that I have saved for like, hey, if I ever want to start a new thing, there's a thing that's ready. Oh yeah, I started... Do I have like an old one that's like actually... Conquest New? Is this one for Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is probably it. So, what is this page right now? Oh, this was the one that I did on classes, was this page. So, for both Birthright, Conquest, and Revelations, I wanted to have at least one of every single class. So I have like diversity. So, this is my page for that. I don't know how I change pages with this new Excel. But I made like a list of like all of the classes, and I was like, alright, there can be either 1 or 2 people for each class, pretty much. So I can't have more than 2 for each, because like, then that'd be, you know, 3 for that, when there can be 2 in a different thing. So every single class that exists in the game had either 1 or 2 people assigned to it, for example. And I had portraits for all of them. If I can scroll down here, this is the kind of stuff that I do, and for some of them I even have skills there. All those little circles, I literally saved images of all the skills, so I had it mapped out for what skills I wanted them to have. So if I can scroll down here, so this is the Conquest one, I guess. So I had 1 or 2 people assigned into every single class, so I had like literally the most optimal diversity. So I had 1 person in every single class, or... yeah, every single class, and then from there everyone else went into another class, but I would have a maximum of 2 for like the ultimate diversity. It was freaking crazy. Can I switch pages with this? Can I show my freaking pair-ups? Oh, I can. I can. So I would so I had like the portraits. So here, for example, is the portraits of like all the fathers with their son under them, and then I'd write like the name of like, who should I put with them? And then to the other side there, I have like the stats. Can I scroll here? Other way. These are like the stats that they have as like their stats that they pass on to their kids. So I do like the math of like what it would wind up being for their kids. So what would be optimal and what classes would be best for those kids then. So I did that for like all the things. And then at the bottom here, after like it shows all the fathers and their kids. This is hard to do because it's in reverse. I'm going off of my camera. Then I have like all the pair up like potential stuff like that. So those were all the Nor exclusive ones, and I had a page called Both that shows like all the characters that are available to both routes. So this page is the same between like all 3 routes. And then I would have like the Hashido page for Revelations and Birthright, the Nor page for yada yada, you know how it works. And yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that I plan out. And then there is like all the Avatar kind of stats. So I'm a freaking Fire Emblem perfectionist. I always play Fire Emblem on the hardest difficulty, and I always strive to make all my units as perfect as possible. Because to me, the most fun thing in Fire Emblem is like perfecting units and like planning this stuff out. Like it's hard to have time to plan that stuff out, but planning it out and actually like following through with it to make the super broken builds that I come up with, like it's one thing if people like just look up online, oh, what's a good build? Oh, that, I'll do it then. But for me, I freaking come up with it all myself. I freaking figure it out all myself, and then I follow through on it, and I make all the stuff that I want. And that's the most fun thing to me about Fire Emblem, is making the freaking crazy builds. It's like so satisfying to me. I'm freaking crazy about Fire Emblem. But yeah, anyway, I was reading some of that before without reading it out loud. But yeah, there are different ideas is perfect. You have perfect pairings and the such. Yeah, I wouldn't say maybe perfect stats. I'd say, what's the best for wacky builds that I can do? What's crazy that I might be able to pull off if I do this? But yeah. I'm gonna focus on stuff making sense. You can't have something fall out of continuity. Makes sense there. And yeah, it is pretty ridiculous. That was like the majority of my free time in like maybe grade 11 and 12 or something like that. Because I started planning that out the moment that game came out in Japan and all the stats for the characters came out. Because I was so excited for Fire Emblem Fates that like I had all this stuff planned out before the game even came out here in North America. Like when it came out in Japan and all that info was online, I started planning it all out in preparation for it actually getting here. And then it actually getting here made me realize like, oh, now I understand how the game actually works. So I had to make another spreadsheet from there, since I actually understood the game having played it. It's freaking crazy. But anyway, I spent a good couple of years in free time of high school planning out Fire Emblem stats and stuff. Because that's like so satisfying to me. It's so satisfying seeing this stuff come to fruition, you know? But yeah, the relationships and conversations are also super fun. Speaking of relationships and conversations, in Fire Emblem Fates Revelations, have you ever seen the Support C conversation between Saizao and, what's her name? The one retainer of Camilla's? The Wyvern Rider, I forget what her name is right now. I forget what her name is. I can't believe I forgot what her name is, but the Wyvern Rider. You probably have. But like, if you don't remember it, then if you've seen it, you might remember it, because that's like the best support conversation in the game. So like you have to keep in mind that both characters are like assassin characters from opposite kingdoms, stuff like that, and both of them like do barely any talking in like their support conversations normally. So their C support conversation shows them both like looking at each other with angry eyes, and one of them just says like ... as their text, they're saying nothing, and the other's looking at the other with angry eyes, and their speech is just ... And then it goes back to whoever was first. I forget what order it is. Then it just goes back to whoever was first, and they're still saying nothing. It's still ... But the anger's gone. They're like, like just a kind of normal eyes. And then it goes back to the other one, who what they're saying is also just ... So they're saying nothing, but their expression also changes from angry to like, okay, I'm okay with you. And then it pops up, they achieve support level C. It's the best support conversation ever. It's 4 lines, and all 4 of them are just triple dots of them saying nothing. It goes from like angry eyes, relaxed. Like they just stared into each other's eyes and they got a feel for each other of like, you're alright. It's like the freaking best support conversation ever. But you never fully finished Fates and Awakening. Shame on you. Yeah, finish a Fire Emblem game. Do it, man. Hold on, let me find this here. That's like the best support conversation ever. Yeah, they don't need words to communicate. I forget what her name is. Hold on. Fire Emblem Fates Saizo Baruka support. It came up as one of the automatic things. There we go. This one, I guess this is a video that shows all of them. I'm just gonna show the C one because they actually start talking in the other ones because they need to have a conversation eventually as like the point of the support conversations. But the first one is literally just like the biggest joke ever and I freaking love it. Hold on. Let's wait for this intro here to go by. So I guess they have this here. Hold on, look at this. It's a freaking best support conversation ever. After this goes by, I guess. This is literally the whole support conversation. That's it. That's literally it. I love it. That is my favorite support conversation out of any Fire Emblem game. I love that so much. You have no idea. Let's click back on the game. It's gonna make it flash black. That's literally my favorite support conversation in Fire Emblem at all. It's so hilarious. Because they're both they're characters from these opposite kingdoms, and they're both famous for being assassins that rarely ever say anything. Like, they only ever speak when they, like, have to speak if someone's, like, addressing them. Like, they pretty much never speak otherwise. So there they are, just staring at each other kind of maliciously for a little bit. And then eventually they seem to get okay with each other. And then they leave still without a word, but they're like, yeah, you're alright, kind of thing. They got a little bit of a feel for each other, you know? They don't even say anything. It's a best support conversation in the entire Fire Emblem series right there. I love it. Yeah, conversations for the weak, exactly. I love that support conversation. It's the most hilarious thing. I remember, like, when Fates was still pretty new, a friend of mine who also played Fire Emblem, she, like, sent me a text, like, hey, have you seen Saizo and Baruka's support conversation? I was like, no, and she sent it to me, and we were both, like, laughing at that. It's the most hilarious thing. If you want canon pairings, the most canon pairings, put those two together. Literally best fit ever.
I see it.
Like, you can tell by their C support conversation that those two are meant for each other, you know? It's too good. If you ever play Revelations, put freaking Saizo and Baruka together. Literally best pairing possible. Even better than Fire Emblem Awakening Chrom Olivia. You also want to buy a new 3DS? The new 3DS is pretty nice. I mean, since the Switch is out, it's a lot less relevant. But the new 3DS is really nice. I really love how massive the screen was. Note that I went from like a regular 3DS that had like the tiny screen to this, so it was definitely a massive upgrade. And the freaking massive screen is awesome. Because the screen before on the regular 3DS is like a super tiny thing. I literally can't go back to my regular 3DS anymore after playing this thing. But I also got this thing and originally played Xenoblade Chronicles on it. But when it comes to playing 3DS games, I really like my new 3DS. Let me just plug it back in. And yeah, Chrom Zumiya, but the pairing is so bad. Giving freaking Inigo Rightful King is literally like the greatest thing ever. And it makes you have like a much more useful unit in like endgame parties than Zumiya, since Olivia's like the one dancer. Like, it's so good. Plus, oh, I guess you can get Gale Force from Zumiya as well. But you can also get Gale Force from Olivia onto Lucina, I suppose. But I guess you can go with Zumiya too. Yeah, I know it's the canon one. But Chrom Olivia all the way.
I expected more.
It's so stressful to get them to pair together, because you need to have Chrom, like, never even acknowledge that there's a single woman that exists in the world until Olivia. because he automatically like marries off after chapter 13 or whatever, and that's the chapter you get her in. So you can't even like grind support with her, except for in that chapter. Meaning you have to either marry off every single other person, or have Chrom like never fight by their side, pretty much.
Right, what's next?
Is pretty much it. Like, Chrom has to basically not know that women are creatures that exist until he meets Olivia for them to pair together. So, you know, that's a thing. But it's worth it.
I can feel the power. Nice job. Let's press on.
Well, from Chrom's perspective, they would be in that case if you never pair him with a single one through the entire game. From Chrom's perspective, he'd see Olivia and be like, oh, whoa, what's this? Because to get them to actually pair together, he needs to not know that that there are other choices out there for him, you know? Chrom and Mumkhar are so damn cute together, but Inigo with a rightful king, it's so good. Like, I'm pretty sure Chrom can only pass on rightful king to any potential sons, and Aether goes to daughters, so like Lucina. So then he's gonna have a kid with a rightful king and a kid with Aether. Continuity, but crazy Inigo. And Inigo's so neato as Chrom's son, man.
Let's focus our efforts.
Okay, I should heal myself a little bit here.
This isn't going well.
Everyone's level 44 now.
Thanks.
Dunban apparently learned an art. Man, oh man. But continuity, you better stop about this talk or I'll unsub to you again. Or there'll be another unsub coming right up. Earlier in your stream today when I said I'd unsub and then subscribe so I could just unsub later. You better watch out. You better not make me do it again. I'll follow you first. Oh man. I've had some people like accidentally unfollow. I had Carvia accidentally unfollow me, and I had Anima unfollow and refollow me to try to get another follow alert. But you can't get another follow alert, and it like destroyed her following. She went from being like one of my first followers ever to like one of the newer ones. So like when you click on the name and see how long someone's been following, you know, feels so bad. Both Carvia and Anima have their follow age destroyed. They both used to be like some of my earliest followers, and now they're like not. I don't have a follow age command, but I can tell you by clicking on your name. I don't know if you can. You might be able to tell by clicking on your own name, but I can also click on. Wait, I can't do it on my desktop. It'll make the screen flash black. I almost did that. Hold on, laptop. You say February 19th. My thing says February 16th. An account created October 31st, 2016. Yeah, mine says February 16th, not 19th though. We have conflicting information apparently.
Let's go. I expected a tougher battle.
May not have read it incorrectly. A tad sleepy, makes sense. I should be calling it a day soonish. I mean, I could just beat that boss like next time. I could do a grinding stream before that boss, but like, I don't know. It'd be nice to beat him this stream, and then if I want to, I can do like a grinding side quest stream after that before Sword Valley, and make it a lot more easy on me for like the editing side. Actually, probably be about same-ish. I'm not sure, but it'd also be nice to get down all of the content for Chapter 4 that I've allocated for Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and then Chapter 5 will be like all the stuff on Sword Valley. I'm fairly certain. Is what it is, something like that. I don't exactly remember, because I only reviewed the stuff that's like right coming up, or like later stuff as I'm like planning it out. But Chapter 4 only goes until the end of Black Mountaineer. So then I can just do Chapter 4 in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I can do in like one stream during the weekend or something like that. And then hey, I have more Xenoblade Chronicles content ready to upload and be done for a while. And then I'll start Chapter 5 at some point in the future. And then I can finally start uploading the parts of Torna. Though I think I only upload one part in Chapter 5 and then like one part in Chapter 6. And then it's like, it's once Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is beaten, and there's just Xenoblade Chronicles 2 left for the last few chapters, that Torna really starts getting a lot of content in my plan, because that's when it makes the most sense as you keep learning the backstory through Torna to what happened 500 years ago. And it makes the most sense for like elaborating on that and learning about like Jin's character and stuff like that. And then like the final chapter will just be Xenoblade 2. So like Torna will technically start in chapter 5, but like really pick up when Xenoblade 1 is done, and then it'll like end in like chapter 9, and then chapter 10 will be like the finale to the whole thing, which is just chapter 10 of Xenoblade 2. That's what it is. And by the way, Beard, you were saying that you regretted like not highlighting your Xenoblade 2 stuff before, and that you were interested in like my plot. Whoa, look at that guy go! You see that? Whoa, what the? You see that freaking crab sliding across the ice? What the hell? What the? Freaking Sanic the Crabble. Oh my goodness, look at me go. Anyway, whoa, where'd my volume go? Where's the music? Why is it so quiet? Why is the music so quiet? Anyway, he was saying that you were interested in that, and like also wish that you had made like the highlights of that. If you ever want to do like Xenoblade 1, 2, and Torna in the same format that I have, you're free to use my plans for that. My freaking order that I made so the stories progress together. It's not like it's a big secret or anything. So if you ever did want to stream these games, feel free to do my order, but keep in mind that doing all 3 of those games would take like forever. But if you're ever feeling spicy, there's some spice right there. My goodness, this is sliding. My oh my.
That's the spirit. Everyone, let's go.
And I boop. And we boopity boppity. And anybody who could be watching this at some point, if you wanna go through the same order that I have, the order that I have this series in is literally in the description of every single one of these videos. And it makes the description like, it makes like every single description for each one of these videos like half of like the maximum that YouTube even allows or something like that. It brings it to like 2,500 characters or something like that. But I put the description in there, or I put the order that I'm going through these games, like exactly where I start and stop for each part. Well, not for each part exactly, but pretty much roughly. I don't have it in the order of like the order that they're uploaded. I have it in like the order of like what to do when in terms of like what I'm streaming. So it's still basically the same order, but like just a teeny bit off. Like for example, chapter 4 here is supposed to start with us getting to Black Mountain and then doing like all of chapter 4 of Xenoblade 2 and then finishing off chapter 4 here of Xenoblade 1, which obviously isn't the case here since I'm doing this all in one stream. Since I started chapter 4 for Xenoblade 1 this stream, so it's kind of all at once in terms of the stream. So it's free to mess around with a bit, but yeah, it's in the description to every video if you guys want to make your own content of Xenoblade 1, 2, and Torna in the same order of them like progressing together. Feel free to do it in that order, and if anybody ever asks like, hey, where did you get the plans to do it in this order? Like, where's like the kind of schematics or plans or whatever for it to be done in that order, just be like, oh, it's by this guy Harmonia, you know? Oops. Because he came up with like this thing where it's like the stories progress together in like such a cool way. I spent like so many weeks freaking trying to figure that out before I could even start the series. It's insane. But yeah, and the description for where stuff progresses is like spoiler free. Like, typically, if you're playing it, you'll know what it means, but if you haven't played it or don't know what's coming, you don't know what it means, and that's the idea. That's the idea. Even if you're playing through it blind, you can look at, like, where things start and stop and be like, oh, end of Sword Valley? Cool, I made it to the end of Sword Valley without me saying, like, oh, boss names so-and-so at the end of Sword Valley, because I'm not going to freaking spoil stuff. I'm not going to do that. Because screw spoilers. Because this is all meant to be a thing where people can also look at it and experience the stories in a new, unique way. And what I would argue would be like the most optimal way, considering how the stories wind up unfolding.
Not bad at all.
Like, if the stories of like 2 different games had no connection to each other, I wouldn't be streaming them together. But because 1 and 2 have a very unique connection to them, but that becomes apparent later, it makes it quite optimal to be streaming both of them here. Oh, there's Metalface knocked over. He got a little bit tipsy. He had a little bit too much to drink, and look, he kind of fell over drunk. Poor Metalface. Poor guy. Look at him, he's just falling over there after Melia freaking zapped Mumkhar in the face. His freaking mech here fell over. Also, now that we know that there's people inside the Mechon, I guess I can talk about that now. I think it's really interesting how they do that, and then immediately in the next game, Xenoblade Chronicles X, which doesn't have any connection to these games, unless you want to do some heavy theorizing that, like, and make like a lot of stretches. It doesn't have any connection to these other games, which is why Xenoblade Chronicles X isn't factored into the series, why it's just one through Torna. But it's very interesting how in Xenoblade Chronicles X you ride around in these mechs, skells. Kinda similar to how there's people in this universe, the Mechon, the face Mechon, who are, you know, piloting those. Kinda interesting there.
I can't.
Yeah, some people have theorized that Xenoblade Chronicles X is a connection to the other games, but I don't know about it. I don't know about it. If you want to make a long stretch, you can potentially make an argument for it, but it's nothing like crazy. There's nothing crazy where it's like, oh, there's a connection here, because there isn't exactly. If they ever make a Xenoblade Chronicles X, it'd be really cool if they connected it. That'd be really cool. I would love that. Make a Xenoblade Chronicles X2 for the Switch. X ended with such a cliffhanger. Bummed me out, man. Why couldn't it just have a clear ending like Xenoblade 1 or 2? And X didn't have that much of a story. It focused more on gameplay and having like an open world. What the heck is that over there? And having like an open world for you to explore. But the story was at least interesting enough to engage me, so it was a bummer when it was a cliffhanger. You know? Kinda like the story of Detective Pikachu. It ended with a cliffhanger. Like, what the heck? Thank goodness the movie actually had a proper ending. And also thank goodness that they announced a sequel to the 3DS version that had a cliffhanger. But a sequel on the Switch. So, hopefully that cliffhanger won't last. And also, that Detective Pikachu movie has some good stuff there, not gonna lie. I was so worried about it because it's like, oh, video game movie, and video game movies typically suck, and they also tried to make Pokemon realistic, which is like, should you ever really be trying to do that? It's freaking great. They took everything that was good about the game and like expanded on it and made it better. And the plot of the movie Detective Pikachu, I would argue, is way better than the... well, that sucks. How about I raise your evasion?
Oh no!
It's still gonna hit him, it's just gonna do less damage? Okay. Anyway, I'd say the story of the movie there was actually much better than the game. Like, the game was a lot more simple, probably because it focused on gameplay and like the detectiving, whereas the movie focused on the story, so... I actually much preferred the movie Detective Pikachu over the game Detective Pikachu. I would say. Let's just do this. Wow, Dunban sounded really distant there.
Let's get going.
Can I open this, please? Please? Please, game? Not gonna let me open it? Thank you. But yeah, that was the first video game movie that I've seen where it's like, wow, that was really good. And it was better than the game. To boot. But yeah, once the Switch version of Detective Pikachu comes out, knowing me, I'll probably be streaming it. I never actually played the original 3DS version. I just watched like all the cutscenes online pretty much because I wanted to see how the story played out. It was actually a pretty good story for a non-mystery dungeon Pokemon game. Excluding mystery dungeon games, Pokemon games usually don't have all that much of a story. With some exceptions like Pokemon Black and White. But yeah, it was actually really cool for that game. Let me tell you. Almost level 45. Almost there, man. Oopity bop.
No way.
That is so rude. Now I have to freaking help Dunban again. How rude. How very rude. Yeah, I think we'll get to level 45. We'll try Mumkhar again. We'll either win or we'll lose. Either way, I'll call the stream there after I attempt it at level 45 and put on like better gear. Okay, this guy's almost dead anyway. Yeah, he's gonna die before the 3 seconds are up. Seems like... Okay, what's this enemy? Is it another one of the same thing? I hope. What? Oh, it's a burb. A freaking burb, man. Burb. 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 Get over here, burb. Oh, there's a couple burbs. There's a few burbs. There's many burbs. What's that area over there? Is that like a secret area or something like that? Just waiting to be discovered? Is that what's going on over here? Let's do that. And then, well, you had to go to that side to abandon, yeah. There we go. Then I'll get to like the side here. Do both of those. Is what we do. Sure, I'll heal myself because of why not? Why ever not, man? What the heck?
Let's keep this up.
And Kenson coming out of nowhere, something with Prime for 2 months in a row. My oh my. Speaking of Detective Pikachu earlier, my sub alert is Detective Pikachu. How much money you end up rating? Well, I can. Oh, the screen's gonna flash black as I hop off there. I'm gonna put on the screen that right there. Plus, that doesn't even include what I'm gonna be chipping in myself. And did the freaking 2 alerts back to back like that. I didn't even hear the bot voice read it out. How weird. But so there's that there. That doesn't even include what I'd be putting in. And there's also a friend of mine who like would rather give it to me in person, who said that they'd go down for like 75. So including that and what I put in, it's over half a grand Canadian. So that is a freaking lot for Larch there to help out people in the end. Don't think I forgot about the freaking crazy mad ladness of you during that. I still don't even know what the heck to say to that, because what the heck do you even say to that? What the heck, man? But yeah, thanks for the 2 months of subbing with Prime there. I appreciate it. And also thanks for freaking the crazy generosity for this event and this charity. Also, speaking of this charity, because it's like an event where we'll like break boards, we get a certain amount of tickets based on how much money we raise for like boards. It's meant as like a fun event kind of thing. I think what I might do is I might like write names of like everybody who donated on like one of the boards as like and write like thank you and like write all the usernames, stuff like that, and maybe like share the image around afterwards is something I might do. Yep, gonna play some League, so catch us lurk. Also, hold on, before you go into lurk mode there, I'm finally starting to get stuff more sorted out. Like this weekend was the last kind of super busy weekend that I had, what with a 24-hour stream, but going forward they should be more open, and Sundays are like the one day that I have where it's like consistently I know I can stream on that day. Nope, already gone. Oh wait, hold on here. Sundays are the one day that I know for sure I can be streaming each week and like actually have a decent amount of time. Like it doesn't matter whether I'm out of town or in town because I'll like come back on Sundays anyway, and now things are opening up bit by bit. So maybe not this weekend because I have like a bunch of stuff to still work on wrapping up the 24-hour stream. But if you do want to have like a consistent one day a week to do that Pokemon XY Soul Link, that could be a day. Sundays are dicey for me, but you don't know there. Like another day that I can also stream is this day, Wednesday, but for much shorter times, typically. But Wednesday and Sundays are like the one days that I always know that I for sure can stream for, but it'd be a lot shorter if I didn't mean to do this. But yeah, if you still want to do like the Pokemon XY Soul Link there and this one, then either if you want to have like a consistent one day of the week to kind of do it, then Sundays or Wednesdays would work. If you don't mind and just want to like figure it out on like a case-by-case basis of let's do it on this day, or let's do it on this day, and this day, and this day, like looking at a calendar for what days work, and that's fine by me as well. But if you want like a consistent thing, every other Sunday could do. I'm a-okay with that. Like Sundays would be the, we got an achievement, let's go everyone.
I don't want anyone dying out there.
But yeah, Sundays would be the consistent, I know I can always stream that day. Almost always stream that day for long periods of time, and Wednesdays would be the day where it's like, I know I can always stream, but it might have to be short streams. Because like waking up early for work. I'm already not going to be getting enough sleep as is, just because I want to beat this boss down there and wrap things up. Okie doke. We'll figure it out sometime off stream here, is what we'll do. And oh yeah, that emote there, the Jigglypuff. But yeah, now you can go into your lurk mode. I just wanted to mention that. I would have mentioned it like at earlier times, but I wouldn't have been able to start for a while with all the things I have going on, so I was like, why bother mentioning it if it can't even happen for a while? But now things are starting to slowly clear up, so I figured I'd finally mention it.
Cool. Let's keep
It's
this
what
up.
I do.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Okay, maybe one more of these enemies. Maybe one more here. One more
There's no end
time.
to
Oh,
them.
never mind. We're doing freaking both of them.
Let's focus our efforts.
Let's focus our efforts here.
Shadow
Is what we'll do. Boopity. Oh, no, not Monado Arts. Oh, let's save him with the chain attack for Mumkhar. Is what we'll do. For Metal Face, man. Same person. I can say that now. I don't have to worry about spoiling it anymore. It's what I can do. It's sweet. It's sweet not have to worry about spoiling that, because that's like one of the biggest reveals. Oh my goodness. You're kind of clipping through that ice, aren't you?
You don't need to tell me.
Aren't you, man? Can you take aggro off me, please? That'd be nice. There we go. Aggro's off me. Oh.
Cool off.
This should end it. And we're all at level 45.
Everyone, let's
In
go.
which case, I don't really have to beat you.
Make a run for it.
Let's just go to the objective right now. Whatever. Ow! That is so rude. I'm trying to
Make a
freaking...
run for it.
I got a Mumkhar to battle, man.
Hang in
Ah,
there.
you.
Don't give up.
Man, oh man. How unbelievably rude. Look, Metal Face is all tipped over there. He's just waiting for somebody to pick him up. Look at that. He had one drink too many. You know? He got a little bit tipsy-turvy there. And he fell right on over. You're drunk, Metal Face. Go home. Oh man, we have to go over there. We have to call him a cab now. Oh man, look at the guy. Look at the guy. He's all passed out right there. Oh man. What a guy. I guess this is the end to the point 1 part. So if you watch the point 1 part on YouTube... Hey look, there he is standing over there. If you watch this point 1 part on YouTube of just grinding, I guess for something to like listen to in the background or something, then thanks, I guess. Time to transition in the part that already passed of me trying... Well, assuming I win this. Otherwise, this will still be part of the part. I don't know. Well, here we go again. Attempt 2. If I manage to win this, then this will just be edited in like it's attempt 1, even though it's attempt 2. No, I did Buster instead of Enchant. I'm so dumb. Anyway, I am grinding up to level 45 because turns out Mumkhar is level 48. So,
Don't let it get to you.
whoops. I need to do auto attacks here in order to get the... I need to land these attacks though. Maybe if we do the chain attack. I can't believe I did Buster instead of Enchant. I'm such an idiot. Anyway, if we do it here, then this will just be like edited in. We were just grinding for like 45 minutes-ish, something like that, just to get to level 45 because I forgot. Oh, I was gonna put better gear on as well. Oops. Oops. Maybe I'll edit in attempt number 3 instead of putting on the better gear that I've gotten from around the area. Unless we manage to do it now. Let's see here. Ah, this isn't even from the back, but... Oh, never mind, it was from the back.
Leave it to me.
Alrighty. Well, why are these ones flashing? Why are these ones flashing here, man? Let's do Gale Slash. Should I have done one of the flashing ones?
Cannot escape.
Guess it doesn't matter.
On it.
Alright.
Through the air.
It keeps going on and on, doesn't it?
Okay, my turn.
Let's do this.
How do you like
That was a pretty decent chain attack there, wasn't it? Now I can for sure hit him. Let's hit him with those. There. Can I do this? There we go. Extend the days. Now, Mumkhar counts as a Mechon, so we have to use Monado Enchant for them to do more than 1 damage. So now they can be damaging. Kind of like that. Luckily. Yes, aggro off me, so I can just backslash like that. We might be able to do it this time without even putting on the better gear. Maybe. We also got kind of lucky with that chain attack. Dang it, we keep missing. Mumkhar's kind of really fast with those little blades of his. But yeah, so Mumkhar, who was just a character right at the beginning of the game who had seemingly died, and used these claws, kind of like Metalface does. It all makes sense now. And I love how hinted at it is. Like the fact that he looks at Dunban in Colony 9 a moment before he takes off. Or it becomes more evident coming up to here that, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. It becomes more evident coming up to this that he knows Dunban somehow, like on Prison Island. Or him saying about Fiora, you're Dunban's little sister. But even like other little things along the way. It's crazy. But yeah, you never actually see him die, you just see him get targeted by a whole bunch of lasers. So now you know he was dragged off and turned into a freaking Mechon. And now that we know that people are inside the Mechon, we also know that the reason that the standard Monado that couldn't damage people, the reason it couldn't damage faced Mechon was for the same reason. Because there was like people inside of the face Mechon. So the standard Monado also couldn't damage them. But now we can damage them because the true power of the Monado is unleashed. Well, this sucks, doesn't it? I might have to change around my gear.
Go on.
And I might have to be saying all the stuff I already said. But again. Uh-oh.
I feel my power returning to me.
How about you take aggro, and then I give you Monado speed.
We carve our own future. Dunban, don't overdo it.
I need to use Shadow Eye.
Dunban,
Uh-oh.
don't let it get to you.
Yikes, man.
Gale slash.
Come on, use standard attack so that I can get Monado Enchant again. Let's do this real quick.
Just what I need.
Come on, hit him, Shulk. Come on, stop missing. Oh, come on, man. Why do I keep missing? Ooh, Dunban might be able to dodge the rest if he's already dodging one. Okay, let's warn him, and then we're going to increase accuracy and evasion. Uh-oh.
Right, what's next?
Oh, sweet. Sweet, man. Oh, man. This is so close. Jeez. Oh, dang it. I was a little too late on that, wasn't I?
It's not over yet, Dunban.
Jeez.
For the wicked.
Achievement Unbreakable Bond.
We're not done. Shadow Eye.
Jeez. You're so close. I guess we're probably not gonna make it this time then. No, I was trying to do Shaker Edge. Dang it, man. I need to change my gear around and then I'll try again. I guess I'm gonna repeat myself. I guess this is still the 0.1 part after all. Oh, man. I forgot to change my gear around to be... Oh, no, I'm back here again? Oh, no, man. What have I got for gear? Let's have a look at my tank here first. Oh, my stuff was taken off because the Monado is, like, new. Whoops. Whoops. Alright, what have we got here? Whoops. What the heck did I just do there? That raises up my physical defense quite a bit. So let's put that on, actually. And then we'll put on the attack stabilities that I had before to raise up that mid... Oh, maybe I should only put on one, because this other one would only increase it by, like, 2 then. So yeah, let's increase physical defense a bit more then. On it, I suppose, is what we'll do. Okay, I guess I have no new headgear. Oh, look at that buff. Look at that there. About gauntlets here. I have some new stuff here. That also has a slot, so that's nice. That's nice there. Yeah, I'll give that attack stability to like Shulk or something. Is what I'll probably do. Oh my, I really should have put this stuff on earlier, shouldn't I have? Oh my goodness. Silly, silly me, huh? Oops. Oh yeah, I should make some gems first before I start putting stuff on the actual characters. Okay, I don't have anything level 4 yet. What do we have here that's good? Ether up can be nice. Sure. Yes. There we go. Let's see what we can make with this.
Consider it done.
See what we can do here. Hey, we got a heat for that, so that means it's gonna be a level 4 gem. Nice. That'll be very nice for Charla. Let me tell you. Whoops. I forgot again. The HP ups could be nice. Let's just do this. I'll probably get a cylinder for HP up, but that'll make it easier to get a gem from it later. Yeah, please be under 99. Sweet, so there's a cylinder. Sweet. What else do we have here that's good, man? Aura heal, that sounds nice, doesn't it? My oh my. I might just get cylinders for it, but it sounds neat. Yeah, heat for that one doesn't surprise me. And yeah, cylinders for these two, sweet. Make it easier to make them into gems next time. Pretty neato. Do I have any other aggro up things? No? That sucks. We have here some strength up things. Now, let's just leave it as the 2 elements so that they can focus on those, rather than adding a 3rd one and making it less, like, distributed among the ones that I want. Yeah, I didn't think that they would make it up to heat for those ones, though, but level 3 still isn't too bad. Still not too bad there. Initial tension's decent. I guess we'll make these into cylinders, probably. I doubt any of these are going to get above 100%.
Consider it done.
I doubt it. Yeah, that's what I thought there. So yeah, let's make some cylinders. There we go. Perfect. We can make them into better gems next time. For anybody who doesn't understand how the gem crafting here works, it's complicated. I don't know what else to say here. It's definitely not the simplest process in the world. Basically, you can add things into this list here on the left until one gets above 100%, then you're just stopped. And you can't add anything more. And for anything while you're crafting here that goes above 100%, it'll be made into a gem of that level. So here it's level 3. If I manage to get above 200, so above 200%, it goes into heat and becomes a gem of the next level. So that's why I got like a level 4 gem when I got into heat earlier. And so anything that goes above 100% becomes a gem of that level. So now I'm gonna get a days up gem. If that ether up stays under 100%, it'll instead become a cylinder, which acts just like a gem of that same like number. So like 99, that's literally the perfect cylinder, because the moment it reaches 100 it becomes a gem. Now we have a 99 one that we can use to make another gem, so we can have it as like close to 200 as possible. So like now I have a 99 one, so I select that and it'll show me ones that have the same element, so I could bring it up to like 122 there, 128, 109. I don't really have anything that's like super close to 200, but if I did, I could try to guarantee the heat to make it a level 4 version as much as I could. Which would be really neat, but I'll save it since I don't have anything like that right now. Guess I don't have anything agility up. Attack stability. I have a 99% attack stability cylinder as well. And you need to have at least 2 items in there in order to gem craft. Attack stability is a really nice one. Like if you have 2 99 ones, for example, and then that'd be 198% by default, so you'd be for sure reaching heat and getting up to the next level. Like, I can throw in a couple random things here just as an example. You don't want to have too many elements, because then the percentages that's added to them is like more distributed. You want it to be focused on just a few, so you can do better with those. I'm probably not going to make it past 100% for any of these, so it's probably just going to make cylinders, but the cylinders can be better for having more gem. Oh, I guess I am getting a gem. And 1 cylinder. Okay, that was my brief explanation of like gem crafting. I won't talk about like heat and stuff like that because I don't even understand it myself. Originally, I was gonna say, if you don't understand how gem crafting works, it's complicated, so tough luck. But then I wound up explaining it myself anyway. Sure. Sure, that. And then Shulk here. Now, Shulk can have a few gems on the Monado here. So let's grab that attack stability 3. Raise up that minimum attack quite a bit. I forget what haste does. Doesn't that make you attack faster with like auto attacks? Or something? Maybe. Maybe it doesn't do anything useful for me and I'm losing my mind. See, this is why you also want to use Google to like look up what this stuff actually does. It's not too much of an increase there, is it? I'll throw it on anyway, whatever. Yeah, I didn't really get any better headgear there. Yeah, I only had the... Oh. It's better. I probably have a strength up gem anyway. That's probably why the thing's going down, because it's probably a gem that I had. If I see like an E somewhere that shows that it's already equipped on another piece of gear somewhere. Probably why. If I had to guess. Now my doggies come down here, so you want up on the couch there? Yeah? You can see her back there. Aw. Are you tired? Yeah, I'll let you out after I attempt this boss here one more time. I don't even see a strength up one here anyway. Weird. I could always toss on an HP up one. That's what I could do. The grayed out E equipped means that it's equipped on a piece of gear that nobody's wearing right now. Yeah, that's a very big increase for defense. Even that, Jeebus. Hey look, it's kind of like his default look for these ones. There we go. This one I can identify what was on it before because of the grayed out E there. Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, please. Yeah, so this one's better than this one, even though they both say 2. I guess this one was crafted with like a higher percentage there. Interesting. Nice, man. I guess those were from Dunban. Pretty sure those were what he was wearing before. Sure, I guess that's what I had on the boots before. Oh, dang it. I had to switch characters. Though I did make some new gems, so like... Well... But I didn't make a lot of new gems. Alright, I have on Dunban all these things already. Now, what do I have here? I guess she doesn't really have to be doing a lot of attacking as a healer anyway, but eh. Yeah, auto attack stealth is good. Oh yeah, I didn't get any better headgear really. Nothing really here. Yeah, that's a pretty big defense upgrade, even though I have to take off a gem there. Yeah, that's worth it for a gem slot. For sure, and I can give this Ether up 4 to bring it up to that. Jeez. That'll be nicer for healing. Won't it? I have Ether defense up here. Is there something better, maybe? Sure, Ether up 2. Make her an even better healer. Yeah, maybe I'll do that with this here, too. Bring her Ether up as much as possible. Achievement truly outrageous is what that one was. My camera's blocking it, so I had to, like, read it out there. Yeah, good thing I saved. It went up 5 levels. Now it's a long walk. I wish there was a landmark beforehand. So I guess I'll head there again. And I should be able to beat Mumkhar this time, hopefully. And I guess I'll end this point 1 part then, I guess. And it'll transition into the previous part and I'll explain like, oh hey, I was actually grinding and stuff. Now we're like much more decked out. I can't believe I forgot to put on better gear before. Whoops. This boss could have probably been beaten by now. My oh my, and I'm already not going to be getting enough sleep as is, but I want to push through this. So we're AO good for a little while here. You know? Push through a little more of it is the plan. Also, I've been, I have this all on YouTube under like the various parts where they progress together, whereas on Twitch here I have them also in parts, but I have them as like the full raw streams rather than it like being cut out and like edited like that just for the story stuff and separated into 0.1 parts and all that kind of stuff. Like it's just the pure raw streams, like stream 1, stream 2, stuff like that for the whole series. So the last stream was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where we were finishing chapter 3, and I believe it was stream 14. So I even know like how many streams of the series we've done so far. So this is the 15th time currently I've streamed Xenoblade Chronicles 1 to Torna. I guess once I start uploading Torna to YouTube, since it's like it's a YouTube only thing, since it was like pre-recorded, since I won't be streaming, I guess I'll upload it to Twitch as well. So mixed in between all these like hours and hours long parts on Twitch will be like the short like 15 to 30 minute parts. So I guess it'll be a bit out of place for Torna, and it'll mess with the ordering number a little bit, but okay, I'm freaking tired of listening to this day music. I want to listen to Black Mountain Night and look at Black Mountain Night, because Black Mountain Night is great music and it's a great scene. Let's head down here. But yeah, now we're decked out and ready to roll then. But yeah, it feels like it's been so much more than that, than 15 streams at this point. Considering we're like a couple of months into doing this series. It's not a chest I forgot to loot. It is, isn't it? Jeez. Like, considering this was started like a couple months ago. But, hey look, there's Tipsy-Turvy Metal Face over there. But yeah, it's probably mostly because of like how rarely I get to stream nowadays, you know, and sometimes in order to do the stuff that I want to do when it comes to streaming to pursue this passion, I need to be cutting corners, like today where I'm not going to be getting enough sleep as I should be. Here I was planning on going to bed early tonight, yeah, like plenty of sleep, too late for that. I'd much rather get to the end of Black Mountain here, get to the end of what I've allocated for Chapter 4 for Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And then I have to do just Chapter 4 of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and then I'll have all of Chapter 4 for the Xenoblade 1-2 Torna series done. Time for a rematch, Metal Face. Time for a rematch, Mumkhar. But yeah, for those seeing the 0.1 part here now, thanks for running something in the background you're probably doing. I would imagine just want something to listen to. I appreciate it. And until next time then, unless this continues to be the 0.1 part, if I fail again, let's find out. I'll be victorious if it cuts out right now. Alright, Mumkhar, rematch. Alright, so assuming if I manage to win this, this will just be like edited in as like the first attempt. This is actually the third attempt. Turns out he's actually level 48, so I grinded up to level 45 and then I challenged him again, and then I realized that I forgot to put better gear on. So I'm wearing very different gear now that I like gathered around by grinding in this area. So we are looking very different. Shulk is like his top half apart from the helmet is like his kind of default look with this gear, which is interesting. Now, hopefully, I shouldn't have used Shaker Edge. If I had saved it like a moment longer, I would have been able to inflict daze there. Anyway, so yeah, Mumkhar being revealed as Metal Face is actually like one of the best reveals in the game, I'd say. Like, it's so cool. I'm so hinted at it. Like it's hinted at more strongly, like in Prison Island, where it's like directly said that Mumkhar, or that Metal Face knows Dunban. And Dunban's like, how do you know me? And he was like, let's see if this jogs your memory. And he does his attack, and Dunban was like, he moves like, but that's impossible. Because, yeah, and he said impossible right as I was quoting him saying impossible. Isn't that funny? Oh.
Sorry.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Doing too well.
Oh no.
Keep at it.
Oh no. Oh no. Am I gonna fail here again? Chat? Uh-oh. I might fail here again, aren't I? Might I?
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Nicely done.
I can't even warn anyone. I don't have enough in my thing. Okay, she's not gonna die by it anymore. He's immune to Tranquilizer, of course. Also, you have to use Enchant against him, because he counts as a Mechon. Oh. Yeah, Mumkhar, like, you figure at the beginning of the game that he died, since you see, like, all these lasers pointed at him from, like, the Mechon. But now we know he was dragged off and turned into a freaking half Mechon, half Bombs dude. And yeah, it's a really cool reveal like that. And he seemed like such an unimportant character at the beginning of the game there, but then it turns out, like, surprise, he's important. He's actually important here.
How can this be? The future is changing.
That's actually okay. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. That's even better. Please stay dazed. Oh man. But now he's gonna do it again. Oh my goodness, this fight is actually so hard. Oh, that's gonna be an AoE thing, isn't it? Can I just avoid that? Can I just, like, step away from that? Is it gonna miss me? Or what? Ow! How? What kind of freaking dark magic is
Hang
this?
in there. This isn't going well.
Sorry.
What the heck, man?
Just what I
Kill
needed.
round.
Shadow Eye.
I need to do this. I need to use Battle Soul. I need to fill up the party gauge. That didn't even fill up the party gauge. What a useless art. What a literally useless art.
This will leave a mark.
I lost again. I lost it again. Well, I guess maybe we're doing another grinding stream.
What?
I guess this was still the 0.1 part after all.
This isn't going well.
I guess we'll do a side questing stream then, just to finish off
Vision.
this thing. But I'll include all the side questing stuff after this part, in terms of, like, being uploaded. So,
Backslash.
because I know that if I was viewing this story, I wouldn't want to wait to find out what happens after this Mumkhar reveal. I wouldn't want to. So I guess this will be part whatever 0.1, something like that, and then there will be 0.2 where we do, like, some quests in, like, Alchemoth or something like that. In, like, Alchemoth and the Valak Mountain quests. And we'll get up to, like, level 48, maybe 50, something like that. Maybe I'll do that this weekend, we'll see. Or maybe I'll continue in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 stuff first. But either way, when this stuff is uploaded, and when you're seeing it, will be, like, at the end of Chapter 4 anyway, after all the story stuff is done. So, because I'd be a massive jerk for showing Metal Face's Mumkhar and there's a battle going on, and then you not getting to find out what happens after you win that fight. That'd be so rude. So, I guess things are gonna be a little bit out of order here. Here'll be some grinding stuff up to then. But yeah, so I guess part whatever 0.2 next time, because I can't seem to beat him right now. I know I've already saved a few times, but do it again. I always do that. You guys do that? Let me know in the comments, I guess. But yeah, so with that, thanks everybody so much for stopping by and hanging out. And until next time then, see ya. Bye-bye.